Good day to all of you. Myself, Dr. Arvind Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dover College, Brigade. Today we are going to discuss the topic fading sources in microwave communications. Okay. Initially, what is fading in microwave and what is fading in communication? These are two different parts. So you must understand about that. Fading in microwave. Rain fade refers primarily to the absorption of a microwave radio frequency RF signal by atmosphere, rain, snow or ice, and losses which are especially prevalent at frequencies above 11 GHz. Rain fade can caused by precipitation at the uplink or downlink location. Now second point is fading in communication. Propagation paths can produce severe fading at the receiver. Propagation path can produce severe fading at receiver. Fading occurs when there are significant variations in received signal amplitude. If there is a significant variation in signal amplitude at the receiver point and phase over time or space, fading can be frequency selective, that is different frequency components of a signal transmitted signal can undergo different amounts of fading. What causes signal fading? Fading can be caused due to natural weather disturbances. That means natural weather disturbs the fading causing. That means that is mainly due to natural weather disturbances. What are the phenomena or what are the events such as rainfall, snow, fog, hail, and extremely cold air over a warm earth? Fading can also be created by man-made disturbances. Man-made disturbances can also create the fading, and which kind of these disturbances such as irrigation or from multiple transmission paths, irregular earth surfaces, and varying terrains. Okay. Fading is a phenomena. What is fading? Fading is a phenomenon that occurs due to varying parameters and conditions of the channel during wireless propagation. To better understand and eliminate the adverse effects of fading, it is divided into various types. Let us take a look into them in detail. Fading types: large scale fading and small scale fading. Large scale fading is again divided into path loss, shadowing, and small scale fading is divided into fast fading, slow fading, multipath fading, and multipath fading is again divided into fade fading and selective fading. The figure above shows the different types of fading and subcategories. We have tried to elaborate on each type of fading below and provide information on how do they affect wave propagation. So we take it now serially. Number one, large scale fading. This refers to the attenuation of signal power due to obstacles between the transmitter and receiver. Obstacles between the transmitter and receiver cause the large scale fading. It also covers the attenuation and fluctuations of signal when the signal is transmitted over a long distance, usually in kilometers. Path loss. Path loss we already studied. It refers to the attenuation when a signal is transmitted over large distances. Wireless signals spread as they propagate through the medium and the distance increases. the energy per unit area starts decreasing. There is also a path loss calculator is given on net. You can calculate it numerically also. This is a fundamental loss that is independent of the type of transmitter and medium, although we can minimize its effect by increasing the capture area of oblique dimension of the receiver. We can minimize its effect by increasing the capture area or dimension of the receiver. The figure below shows the radiation pattern and spread of signal transmitted from the antenna. This is the figure that is showing the phenomenon. Now, second one is shadowing. This refers to the loss in signal power due to the obstructions in the path of propagation. There are a few ways in which shadowing effects can minimize signal loss. One that is most effective is to have a line of sight propagation, LOS, which you already understand in last lectures. Shadowing losses also depend on the frequency of the electromagnetic wave. As we know, electromagnetic wave can penetrate through various surfaces, but at the costs of loss in power, that is signal attenuation. The losses depend on the type of the surface and frequency of the signal. Generally, the penetration power of a signal is inversely proportional to the frequency of the signal. Now, number 2, small scale fading. This refers to the fluctuations in signal strength and phase over short distance. For short distance and a small duration of time. It is also called Rayleigh fading. This is also called Rayleigh fading. Small scale fading affects almost all forms of wireless communication, and overcoming them is necessary to increase efficiency and decrease error. Subcategories. Fast fading. It occurs mainly due to reflections for surfaces and movement of transmitter or receiver. High Doppler spread is observed in the fast fading. High Doppler spread is observed in the fast fading with Doppler bandwidth comparable to or greater than the bandwidth of the signal, and the channel variations are as fast or faster than the signal variations. It causes linear distortions in the shape of the baseband signal and creates intersymbol interference. ISI, intersymbol interference. One way to remove ISI is adaptive equalization. Slow fading, fast fading, and now what is slow fading? It occurs mainly due to the shadowing, where large buildings or geographical structures obstruct the LOS. If large buildings or geographical structures obstructs the line of sight, then this kind of fading occurs. Low Doppler spread is observed in slow fading when the Doppler bandwidth being smaller compared to the bandwidth of the signal, and the channel variations are slow relative to the signal variation. It results in reduction of signal to noise ratio. Reduction in signal to noise ratio, which can be overcome using error correction techniques and receiver diversity techniques. Multipath fading. It occurs when a signal reaches the receiver from various paths. If there are multipath, that is when multipath propagation takes place. Multipath fading can affect all ranges of frequencies, starting from low frequency to microwave and beyond. It affects both the amplitude and phase of the signal, causing phase distortions and ISI. Multi-path fading can affect signal transmission in two ways: flat fading and selective fading. Flat fading In flat fading, all frequency components get affected almost equally. Flat multipath fading causes the amplitude to fluctuate over a period of time. Selective fading. Selective fading or selective frequency fading refers to multipath fading when the selective frequency component of the signal is affected. It means selected frequencies will have increased error and attenuation as compared to other frequency components of the same signal. This can overcome by technique OFDM. What is OFDM? Which spreads the data across the frequency components of the signal to reduce data loss. Okay. Frequency components of the signal to reduce data loss. Fading basics, types of fading in wireless communication, that is different approach to explain the fading. This page describes fading basics and types of fadings in wireless communication. This is different topic, different article written by someone else and explaining the fading types divided into large scale fading and small scale fading, multipath delay, spread and Doppler spread. Flat fading and frequency selective fading are part of multipath fading, whereas fast fading and slow fading are part of Doppler spread fading. Okay, fast fading and slow fading are part of Doppler spread fading. These fading types are implemented as per Rayleigh, Rician, Nakagami, and Weibull distributions. Okay. As we know, wireless communication system consists transmitter and receiver. The path from transmitter to receiver is not smooth. Path from transmitter to receiver is not smooth, and the transmitted signal may go through various kinds of attenuations, including path loss, multipath attenuation, etc. The signal attenuation through the path depends on various factors. Their time. Point to be noted that signal attenuation through the path depends on various factors, and these factors are time, radio frequency, or path or position of the transmitter receiver. The channel between transmitter and receiver can be time varying or fixed depending upon whether the transmitter or receiver are fixed or moving with respect to each other. What is fading? The time variation of received signal power due to changes in transmission medium or paths is known as fading. Time variation of received signal power due to changes in transmission medium or paths is known as fading. Fading depends on various factors as mentioned above. In fixed scenario, fading depends on atmospheric conditions such as rainfall, lightning, etc. In mobile scenario, fading depends on obstacles over the path which are varying with respect to time. These obstacles create complex transmission effects on the transmitted signal. This figure depicts amplitude versus distance chart for slow and fast fading. which we will discuss later. Amplitude versus distance for fast, bold line and dotted line for slow fading. Fading types. Fading types: large, path loss shadowing, small signal, multipath, Doppler spread, multipath, again sub-categorized into fade and frequency selective, Doppler in fast and slow fading. Now large scale fading, it includes path loss and shadowing effect. Large scale including path loss and shadowing. Small scale signal, small scale fading. It divided into two main categories: multipath delay spread and Doppler delay. Doppler spread. The multipath delay spread is further divided into flat fading and frequency selective fading. Doppler spread is divided into fast and slow fading. That is shown here in this table. Some fading models are given here. I just include such kind of thing is useful for your dissertation purpose. So you just read. If someone wants to this topic for your MSc dissertation, or you someone want to learn more, then such kind of modeling you can do and you can understand for your next research areas also. This is very important point, and these are explained by using modeling effect: free path loss, shadowing effect, small scale fading, flat fading, frequency fading, fast fading. So you can go through it and you can understand if you interested in such kind of topics. Implementation of fading models or fading disturbances. There are some softwares in which coding is possible, and in that case this is MATLAB coding. The figure is showing MATLAB provides relay chain function to simulate relay channel model. There are many kinds of softwares that where modeling can be possible. Main are MATLAB and Python, which are used frequently. Bayesian fading, Nakagami fading, Weibull fading. Okay, so you can understand these kind of things. For your MSc purpose, only fading sources, their classifications and their main regions are useful for you. So try to understand this topic. Okay, thanks to all of you.